Aloha everyone. My name is Ayana Whitesides. I'm a financial counselor for the Army Community Service here on Schofield Barracks, Hawaii. I want to thank you for tuning in and joining me to discuss a little bit about our financial situations, our financial education, and just enlighten you on some of the tools that you can use while sitting at home or while at work or during these times. Some of the things that we want to talk about is budgeting and managing your finances, as well as I'll talk about how you can maintain your credit, how to improve your credit, and how to get rid of debt and things like that. I would like to thank you for your services and for the families as well as the community. Let's get started. ACS, our mission here is to first to assist our commanders in helping also you and your families in times of emergencies or peace or wartime. We want you to become financially resilient during this time as well as we have this epidemic of COVID-19 going on as well. Some of the services that we offer here at ACS is relocation services, employment readiness. As you will see, Ms. Jessica will give a little brief on her program as well. Family advocate, volunteer corps. You can volunteer in our programs. Mobilization and deployment, soldier and family assistance center, as well as Army emergency relief and financial readiness programs. So you may ask, why do we need a budget? Why do we need a financial plan? I'm glad you asked. It's very important that you have these things in place, set in place during this time or after this time. It helps us to establish good financial habits, spend and save wisely, prepare for family emergencies, financial emergency, attain financial goals, as well as happier relationships. We here at Financial Readiness Program offer one-on-one counseling as well as classes which you and family members could participate in. Unfortunately, during this time, we're unable to see you face to face, but we're hoping that some of these tools will be able to help you. Savings accounts. I believe it's very important that you know the difference between what types of savings accounts there are. We have our regular savings accounts that you can get from your bank or your credit union. We have certificate of deposit, short for CD. Certificate of deposit is another way that you can save money. You can save it in different ways. You can save for 3 months, 3 years, 5 years, or even 7 years. It depends on you and how long and how quickly you need the funds. Always have your goals set in place. You want to have short-term goals. Those short-term goals could be something that you want to save for a tire blows out and you need the emergency funds. The midterm goals, those midterm goals are if you're going back to school, and long-term goals is those monies that you want to save up for possibly to purchase a car or something like that. Money market savings account, it earns a little bit more than the regular savings account does. So you have those 3 different savings accounts that you're welcome to try to put your funds into. Building your saving and spending plan. How do you do that? Before you get started, this is what you want to do. You want to know how much money is coming in. Take a look at your LES. That is going to tell you exactly how much money, how much funds are coming in. You want to know how much is needed to cover debts. Debts are like your student loan, a credit card, a mortgage, or a car payment. Then you want to know how much is needed to cover expenses. Expenses, your cell phone, your cable, your Netflix and Hulu, things like that. How much will be saved? It's always important that you save your money, okay? Always pay yourself first. Pay yourself first before you pay your car payment, before you pay your mortgage. Now, you may be wondering, why would she say that? Because why is it that a lot of consumers always pay everything else first, and then once they look in their account and say, oh, I guess I could put $25 into my savings account. You put $25 into your savings account. Then here comes next Wednesday. Then what happens? You may have to pull that money right back out of your savings account into your checking account because you've overdrawn. So it's always important to pay yourself first. Set up your payments automatic so you can know for sure that your creditors are paid on time, and it relieves stress when it comes to making sure that you're not running behind on your debts and your bills. So take a look at this to find out where exactly is your money going. This is exactly where how someone's spending during that week. Look at it. Take a look at it if you can. Sorry, it's super small, but I like for you to try to zoom in a little just to see if you can see what's going on. Almost every day, this person eats out. It's important that you find out what are the needs in this. So can you imagine how much this person spent during the week? Take a guess. You're exactly right. $256 just in that 1 week. In the month, $1,000. Guess what? That's the emergency fund right there, that $1,000. It's so easy to get caught up and to start spending and swiping. That's what we're accustomed to. But it's always important to track your spending. My recommendation would be to do this, and I actually have my clients to do this. Print out 2 to 3 months of your bank statement. Get out 4 highlighters. 1 for miscellaneous, 1 for expenses, 1 for debts, and 1 for eating out. We always go through it and we highlight it. We try to find out what are those things that we can cut back on. And you'll be amazed at those things that you are spending almost similar to this person, and how you can save for your emergency savings. And wondering, is it really worth it to go to Burger King, to go to Popeyes every single day? Now, in your spending plan, I have a lot of customers that come to me and they want to purchase a car. These are some things that we want to include in your budget. So say, for instance, you are looking for a car, in need of a car, and you're not sure exactly how much you want to spend. It's important that you look at your debts, look at your bills, as the previous statement is knowing how much is coming in, how much is covering bills and expenses and all. So what we want to do is set up your budget, practice before you buy. What does that mean? If you're going out and you want a payment and you want your payment to be, let's say, $250 a month, practice it. Save the $250 a month for at least 3 months to make sure you're comfortable in making that payment of $250. But guess what? That car payment really isn't $250. Be sure to add in your gas money. Let's just say $100. So now you have a $350 car payment. Add in car insurance. Let's say another $100. Now you have $450 car payment. And let's add $50 for maintenance, oil changes, car washes, and things like that. We want to keep up the maintenance in our car, right? So now we have a $500 payment that we want to include in our budget. Practice that for 3 months to make sure you're comfortable with that. Once we're back open for services to meet our clients face-to-face, you're welcome to schedule an appointment to make sure that all your expenses, all your bills and all are paid, and you could afford a car that you could like to enjoy. This is an example of a budget that we use. On this budget, we always get how much is your BAH, how much is your base pay, all your entitlements that are coming in. If you notice and zoom in, we have an actual side and we have a projected side. The actual side, you're going to mark down what are you actually spending. Remember when I stated print out those 3 months bank statements? This is a great way to look to track all those types of spending. For example, you're going to put in your deductions and your debts. Your debts, remember, are your car payment, your mortgage if you have one, credit cards, student loans, and things like that. On the right side are those expenses, such as your cell phone, your cable, your gas, things like that. You want to put what you're actually spending according to those statements. Once you do that, look at the projected side. Are you getting promotion in another month or two? Change those figures there. Change your taxes. Do you notice that you're supposed to have down that you're married instead of single? How many number of exemptions do you have? Car payment. Are you almost done with your car payment? Or if you're thinking about purchasing that car, be sure to add that $250 payment there. And then those things. So for instance, if you're spending $300 on groceries, you're not meal prepping or meal planning and preparing to go to the grocery store. And usually if you're going to the grocery store super hungry, you're going to pick up everything, believe me. But make sure that you are tracking that. So you may want to cut back on that. Cut it in half, $150, and just see how that works out. Make sure you're eating the things that you already have at home to help you save the money. These are other resources that I recommend that you could use at home during this time because you're unable to meet with us. You could go to mint.com. Mint.com is a great website where you can go and plan your own budget. MyMoney.gov, the consumer FTC, as well as using your bank or your credit union website. They have tools that you could use as well. The envelope system. I have had service members who have used the envelope system and has came to some great success from that. But think about it. Make sure if you are doing this system that you're having your money placed in a safe area. A written budget, just something similar to what I had, or you can go online and print a free budget as well on one of the websites. Behavior determines wealth more than income. So true. So once you put your plan together, be sure that you're tracking your spending. Don't go out because maybe you got your tax return and you want to do a lot of shopping and things like that. The goal is to build wealth and eliminate debt. Determine your needs and your wants, and make sure that you always pay yourself first. I want to thank you guys for your service again, and thank you for tuning in. Our next class is going to be about credit. Thank you so much.